Hi, Misha here, and we've talked about the history, we've talked about the builds. Now, as Rob would say, enough of the bullshit talk. Let's take the Taiwanese T65K2 and Taiwanese T91 to the range, and then we'll come back and talk about how they shot. Go from there. All right, we got the T65K2.
We're rolling.
Very first shots. What we got here?
You're forward. Didn't feed.
Didn't feed. Could be a mag issue. Yep. We good there?
I don't think so.
Okay. You want to stop?
We'll try it.
Interesting. Could be a mag thing. Held open. Something there.
You're impelling him with your empty shells.
Okay, what you got there?
We're gonna try it with the Magpul mag out of the K2. Am I good?
Left just a little bit. Down just a little bit. All right, that's good.
All right, so the first time really could have been a mag issue or a break-in issue since this is newly assembled. We'll keep trying. The T65K2 is analogous to the US's M16A2. The M16A2, of course, in the military had a safe semi 3-round burst selector, although the A3 had the full auto. It had updated sights, and it had a 1-in-7 twist with a 20-inch heavy profile barrel with updated handguards. Also, you know, updated receiver and all that stuff. You know the A2. And in Taiwan, they did much the same thing. Updated handle with sights. They went to a new pattern of handguard with heat shields. They did a 1-in-7 twist, but they kept the relatively light profile barrel. They went to a new flash hider that doubled as a compensator, just like on the A2 as well. And they kept a very similar buttstock, just slightly changed the sling swivel. They also kept an A1 grip. As you saw, this is a very pleasant gun to shoot. Very smooth. And just I'm terribly pleasant. I really like my M16 A2, but it is heavier. It's of course direct impingement, or internal piston, if you will. Whereas this is a lighter gun by a little bit, especially up front, but because of the gas piston, lower recoil. The only issue I've had, I'm sure some of you noticed, was the port door. How it's crumpled. That's my doing, but not entirely my fault. Remember, this is a prototype. Now this has an A1 style bumper, but it's a newer style full fence lower. If you look on the M16A2, that bumper is much larger. So when it's down, when you open it, it easily doesn't hit this area here. Not a problem. But with this K2 on this Taiwanese lower, what happens, if I can push this out, it's very stiff. Yeah, it's very stiff. Let's stop there for a sec.
1 second later.
Literally, as soon as we turned the camera off, it immediately popped right out. Anyway, I guess it's better to be stiff than not. But what the problem is, here's your port door. That comes down all the way, and then if you look in there, and I'll get up close on the tables to try to show you a little better, it folds in past the receiver and gets caught in the mag well. Not just on this hump or fence out here, which would push it aside, but actually folds too far in, and then if you just go to slam it closed, you're going to mash that corner like I did. So it is my fault. But I talked with T91-Tactical. Again, this is a prototype. And Sean said it's the wrong port door. There's a different spec one there. Could also just be tolerance stacking. But I wanted to point that out so you could see that. But of course that doesn't impact function at all. In fact, on a lot of the used kits, this part's just simply removed because it's just thin metal. But it is something to note, and it does kind of explain why the A2 door is nice to have, because that's not going to go into the mag well no matter what. Not even close. So that's the T65K2. What about its little brother, the T91? So this is a new to me T91 with a T91 Tactical assembled upper. We've talked about before, it has the correct gas block, it has the correct barrel profile. Right now it's just on a generic A1 lower, but I do have some 80%ers being carved out as we speak to drop this on correctly. I really wanted to get one of these because we have had trouble with the Wolf A1s, especially trying to put the Taiwanese mil-spec gas blocks on them, getting the port sizes right, and getting the portholes lined up. It seems like Wolf drilled the holes in slightly different locations than mil-spec on some, and this led to basically single shot or maybe two shot at most. In fact, I've got some old footage when we were trying one out. Take a look. T91. T91 test with Aquila. So yeah, that was kind of that whole experience soured a lot of us on. That was, you know, a later Wolf, and it just, yeah, it was a thing. And my gun was an early Wolf, and those seem to have good reputations. Regardless, wanted to get one of T91's offerings. And this is their kind of analog to the modern M4A1 here from Colt. Whereas the Colt originally with the M4 was safe semi-burst, and with the A1 safe semi-full, the T91s have a four-way selector. You get all of them. It spins 360 degrees. It has a 14.5-inch barrel, as does the Colt. Neither of these are SBR. This is a permanently attached Surefire. And this is a permanently attached T91 muzzle brake flash hider from the factory. So much like with the M16 and K2, this is a lighter profile barrel, still 1-in-7 twist, yada yada. This is the modern QD simple rear sight and modern mag pull, and these are military type handguards. And it has the 3-position buttstock, which is just the spec they use. So, hey. So with that, let's see how it shoots and see if it's any better than the Wolf last time. shots out of the T91 Tactical T91. Not bad. So yeah, much better. No issues. And even though this is a pretty light little carbine, very pleasant recoil impulse. And it doesn't have the port door issue like the K2. It gets pushed out of the way as it should. So that goes to show you that a A1 style can work with a fence lower. It's just this one has some spec issues, or like T91 said, probably the wrong door got stuck on during assembly. It happens. Again, prototype. Now these are in production, the uppers. I think they're hoping to do complete rifles, but for now, just the uppers and limited production as they can get components. Now, anyone who saw our Memorial Day video knows that we did have some failures out of these, but it was pretty conclusively shown not to be either gun's fault. Take a look at that footage.
Okay.
Alrighty, T91.
Rolling. Hold up.
Yep, that's that mag, I'd say then. That's two guns it's done it in.
That looks like a bolt travel speed problem.
Could be. But that's the same mag that did it before. We'll keep on.
Yeah, you've, yeah, bolt's moving too fast. It's overgassed.
Alright,
we're up.
Try the T91 with the other mag. I'm going to say that's a mag issue.
Mag. I'm going to go with the mag on that one.
I think so. That was a full 30.
Yeah, that worked fine.
Yeah.
Bad mag.
Yep.
We're rolling.
T65K2 with the mag we know works. And she held open. So yeah, I'm going to say that first failure was due to mag. So yeah, definitively the magazine, I ended up throwing it in the fishing pond. It can be a habitat for minnows or something. So, my thoughts. The T65K2. This is a loaner, a T&E. When I got back from shooting it, my email to Sean was, so what do I have to do? What can I do to get one? I really like it. It's comfortable. The shorter, more A1 size stock fits me well. I kind of like the curve. Just, I don't know. I like the bizarre carry handle with the scope mount, slick side upper. It is on a T91 marked lower. This is one of the 80% that T91 Tactical machined out. So the markings aren't really correct per se, but it is a Taiwanese lower, and notice it is A1 style. And these hand guards are the K2 type with the heat shield, and as a commenter in our previous video pointed out, these holes on top weren't always there. The original K2s didn't have them. These were actually added to attach a grenade launcher sight. Then we have a flip up sight here, sling swivel, bayonet lug, and the unique K2 flash hider, which is ever so slightly different than the T91. So yeah, it was a hoot to shoot. I really like retro rifles. But thanks to the gas piston system, the T91 here really shot about the same. And it's a very light svelte gun, almost as light as a Car 15 XM177. I can't tell you how the simple sight works, but it works fine, I'm sure. This has an H buffer in it. That's the one that's stuck in. It seemed to run well with the H, so I'll probably leave it in there. A standard might work. I don't think you'll need an H2, even though this is a 14.5-inch barrel, because it is this gas piston system. The mag pull forearm is fine. It's very tight in the back, even after shooting. The front has a nominal bit of side-to-side play after shooting it, but no up or down play, just a little bit of side to side, but no worse than on my Colt with the Knight's Armament rail, just to be expected. So I probably wouldn't mount any kind of optic on it, but for a light or even a laser, probably fine. And again, this is M-LOK compatible, and it did come with these rail sections from T91-Tactical. So yeah, I am definitely pleased with this and can't wait to get the 80% now to be 100% lower ready for it. I think that'll be great, and then it'll be an all Taiwanese gun. And yeah, these are true battle-tested guns, as I've said in many videos. They built over 300,000, including all variants. They've been in service since the 1970s. They've been exported to over a dozen nations. They work. So if you aren't familiar with the T65 and T91, you can check out our previous videos and check out T91-Tactical's forums. There's a lot of neat stuff out there, and they are a true, interesting, and authentic gas piston driven gun. And with that, I'll let you go. If you could, please like, share, and subscribe, and check out the Patreon page. And more importantly, if you have any questions or comments, please do leave them below. This is Misha, and I'll catch you very soon next time.